guys, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we are back once again playing Phoenix Wright Justice for All. In the last episode, poor Will Powers was dragged into another Steel Samurai case. Or at least a samurai case.
And the police were profiling him.
Just because he looks like a lion doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
He doesn't look suspicious at all. These police are just jerks.
He carries a laced handkerchief. If that's not a gentleman, I don't know what is.
Okay, let's talk to you. What is this stuff?
So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you gonna talk about? I really don't know yet.
Huh?
It sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
What did you see?
You saw something important? Like, what was it?
But we were together the entire time!
Yeah. Well, the detective told me not to talk about it, so... You can't tell anyone, not especially that lawyer, he said.
He's talking about Edgeworth. It's okay, you can tell us.
Yeah.
Who do you think that lawyer the detective was talking about? Who is that? Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's me.
No! Now you confirmed it! You were supposed to say Edgeworth.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick, Miss Maya and myself are your only two allies in the whole world, but it's alright!
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I?
Yeah, you don't.
Maya and Pearls are all the friends you need.
Okay, talk to me about Matt and Guard.
This is gonna do a lot of damage to Matt, you know? Cause he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But, is that what he's really like? Well, let's see. Matt always was kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself.
That's so terrible.
Yeah.
What? How terrible? That's unforgivable.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm just guessing that Pearls just hit anyone who just caused her like any rage.
Yeah. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who wouldn't swoon over me.
Celeste?
That person wouldn't swoon over him. His manager, you know? Adrian Andrews.
Oh, okay, that's one too.
Why is Miss Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic?
Gossip!
That's why. Ah, I see I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have dazzling sorts of image, right? A dazzling sort of image. But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No. I'm no more than a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of a guy, you see.
You poor man.
But it's okay, really.
Well, you don't want to be in the limelight, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
It ain't fun.
I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen.
That's always the best spot to be, actually.
Well, that's true. Oh, hey, did you hear about this yet? Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impacts?
We heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Miss Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Okay, talk to me about her suicide.
Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note.
Yeah.
And they say it was Juan and went and hid it. We heard that from the court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Corda?
Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked to a few of her friends. And she said, "It looks like I've been caught by an insidious man." An insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Corda by that?
I don't think so.
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right?
No.
And that would be the reason enough for him to hide this suicide note. I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews, they're both in the detention center right now. And they're still doing things I don't understand.
They're still doing things I don't understand.
There's still things I don't understand about, I'm sure. They're still doing things. I still have to get the two of them to tell me everything.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme, his song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Hello? We're in trouble now, pal!
You couldn't find the buyer.
I'll be back in the office real soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's not good. It's the end. Hello? He got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together. Oh my gosh, this child.
Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow, I doubt that.
Okay. Back to the office.
Right and kill offices.
Charlie, help me.
I need you for some emotional support.
Yes.
Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth's already back. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought the spy camera.
Huh?
This quickly? And this bear is what gave him away, pal.
Yeah.
The bear.
The Edgeworth's been lugging around.
Yeah. I figured it out too, pal. I figured out that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
I'm guessing that's because Edgeworth told you. Wasn't that Mr. Edgeworth that figured?
Shh, Pearls. And go on.
Don't spoil his mood, Pearls.
Let him have this moment. There's only one person who bought one of these bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Ungard.
I freaking knew it. Huh?
Matt Ungard, your client. That's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse.
That explained the satellite dish we saw as Maya.
Uh-huh.
Stuffed bear.
Are you sure you heard that right? The person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store himself, her clerk himself, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's $3,800, pal. And that's the exact match for the price for that stuffed bear.
Holy crap. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
That's an expensive bear. I know it's important stuff and it's big, but
yeah.
like, even at like Kinokuniya, if I want one of those Rico cookie bears that's like big, it's like 200.
Uh-huh. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, that's just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Ungard. I mean, the store clerk even got Ungard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person who bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ungard himself. My sight's failing me. This can't be. Credit card receipt added to court record.
Oh dear gods.
Spy camera.
Proof Ungard bought a stuffed bear identical to one in evidence. Alright, tell me about this.
So about the spy camera we found. Oh, that's a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of stuff from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for them to file away into evidence. Spy camera, transmitter, and stuffed bear refiled into court record.
And a stuffed bear.
I know you don't want to give up, pal. I never think this is possible.
Oh my gosh, Phoenix. You are sticking too much into things, I think.
The person who put the spy camera into Juan Corda's room was Matt on guard.
I thought about it, but then I was like, please let it be someone else so it's just not him and we get proof. But no, it's him.
Yeah.
Why would Mr. Ungard do something like this? Because he probably just wanted a freaking, like, tape of the crime. And he would just watch it over and over again and be like, ha ha ha! Take that, Juan!
Is there another reason why he might do it? Well, I'll let you figure that out. I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corda on one of their rendezvous. I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him? Mr. On Guard, I mean. Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt and Guard, what in the world have you done? Let's go talk to him.
Okay. Back to the detention center. Let's see. We still don't have any proof about Ungar and Celeste, but okay.
You're working really late, you know? It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know ignorance is bliss?
Ignorance will not freaking help you, bitch.
But if you really want to know, let's talk.
Is
hey, buddy, let's not talk. Okay. Let's show you a shiny stone.
What do you think of this?
Oh shit. My world has gone negative.
Okay, these 5 blocks we're gonna break.
Matt's secret. Now, let's hear what the secret is of yours. What if Mr. Corda had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Right, I can keep saying this until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Corda, especially on that night.
Okay. I want to say the spy camera, and then it was in this bear, and then here's the receipt of proof that you bought this. And I swear if there's a Pacific order, I'm just gonna freak the hell out on Phoenix.
Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Corda's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then send the images to this camera took with this transmitter. Wow. But dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden? The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
One gone.
I guess one had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Huh? You sure, dude? Who else would it be from? This person who gave this bear from Corda was...
You!
Mr. On Guard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you too. How could you forget such a friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that you're the one who put the camera in his eye. If I didn't know how to work if I didn't know how you work in court, I'd say this was I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You just pulled my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up on your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's the proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear.
Here is proof.
I have it here. 1 credit card receipt, Mr. Unguard. It's from you who bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I got it at that department store at the time, okay? This is $3,800. It could be the toothbrush I bought one time.
Oh my gosh. If there was a toothbrush that cost $3,800, I would slap someone.
Plate gold, solid gold. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
That's illegal.
Ew, elephant hair? Is that what people use nowadays?
Phoenix, you're an idiot.
Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you gave him an autograph, didn't you not? Dude, you shouldn't have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is, of course. It would be strictly confidential. So, what are you gonna do now? I'm gonna find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Corda's room and filmed it in secret is... Adrian Andrews? There is a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Corda are having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Corda, you were going to reveal this as a fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude, is this kind of some... Dude, that kind of scandal? That's the good stuff. That's what we get, what in the industry called juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stopped paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reasons for spying on something was so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Corda because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up the camera in Mr. Corda's room was... What's this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. This man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know some shady scumbag like him?
Wow.
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I finally started to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Matt on guard. I know you know Mr. the Killer. It's because...
You're his client. You're a hero of justice, you're a star.
Yeah.
I think it's... You're a hero of justice. No, no, it's because you're his client.
Yes. Since you're the one who set up that camera, it means that you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corda. The real mastermind that's behind this whole murder is you, Matt on guard. And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought you didn't know. If you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. On guard, did you really hire? Hold on a second. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt on guard.
What the fuck? Okay. Now he has alcohol with him. Ooh. Okay. What's up? Also, Scar.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy for you to gather this much information as you have. You were really Shelly the Killer's client? You don't really think I would dirty my own hands with this kind of stuff, would you?
But what do you mean?
And the woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care is that Juan's dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
Isn't that guard hearing everything?
I think he has a whole bunch of wax in his ears. He can't hear anything.
Okay, so this admission of proof is like not viable because that guard just don't hear jack shit.
Yeah.
That's you're lying. What a terrible.
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk a little more. Adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like the pathetic Adrian. Knew about Miss Andrews' secret? But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. And least of all, assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding their sinful deeds above their heads. And superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's why the video comes in.
Blackmail.
I've got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him in bay, and even blackmail him if I want.
Of course.
That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough for an answer for you, little girl?
Oh, I hate those people. Okay. Why? Why would you kill Mr. Corda?
Because he was about to sling so much dung into my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corda had been able to give it, then Mr. Unguard's secret would have...
Yeah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit it crept up on me. Then the situation presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Corda ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away.
You shitbag.
Put on a sweet innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them.
How... It's so terrible that it's so true.
Yeah. Adrian fell for it. The assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me, Matt on guard. Aw, did I leave you speechless? Oh, what a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time?
Because, Phoenix, you're dense as fuck. Are you kidding me?
When we first met, I asked if you'd killed Juan Corda. And you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room.
It's true. Technically, he didn't kill anyone. He hired someone else to do the killing for him.
Yeah. You killed Mr. Corda! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Aw, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya!
You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word. Oh, so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! If I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it.
There it is.
The starring line of this case. Edgeworth.
I thought that was Mia, actually. That's why I started talking.
I don't care if the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct.
So don't you have an admission? Confession thing, whatever? Because he said it in front of you too.
Well, right. What you gonna do now? If you plan on changing your defense.
No! We can't do that!
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that's why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt I couldn't stand in the court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn. What is the thing you call a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer. And you must find it on your own.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who's clearly a killer. Matt and Guard, that man is really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense. But what exactly is that? It's where all lawyers forcibly and blindly get acquittals through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients up to now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed in my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get unguarded acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do! Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are a defense lawyer, and you can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict. I'm a man who's I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. She's the only thing she fights for. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And isn't it the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty! I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that such things as a perfect record are meaningless.
Huh?
I don't believe you. What? Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith in you that you will see this verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story.
Oh, shite! Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Well then, Mr. Attorney, well, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Oh, tell me, please. Why are you holding my hostage for Matt Engard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. That man hires an assassin a man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you are asking me the reason to why I am doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations. And this is a part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We are unlucky this time that my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please, keep in mind you don't have much space to maneuver with me. As the killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you failed to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see that she receives a nice long nap.
Ah, no!
Now then, if you'll excuse me. If someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the very end of the transmission.
Yeah, a cat.
Huh? Oh, that sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be. That cat. Can it?
What is it?
I think I know where surely the killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, you have all the police units head for On Guard's mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over there as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah. Oh well.
We'll keep going. Where are you going?
I'm pretty sure he's like moved. He's like fuck and
Yeah.
move now. But let's try this out.
Maya!
Please answer us, Mrs. Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler! All his time! He was the killer! He and On Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out the contingency plan ahead of time.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, it's a figurine of a bear! Didn't we see something like that in the coroner's room?
Yep.
But there's a lot of cut in it for some reason.
Actually, it was
Oh
on
wait,
the
no, it was
couch.
it was in the
the
couch.
Figurine added to court record. A bear? Is this more of a thing for Mr. Korda? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Ah, I'm sure it's for Shu.
What do you think this is? Came through that little door? This door, it's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking down doors now. Let's go, Edgeworth.
Oh gosh.
Ah, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say that this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending signals and receiving radio signals, and VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape in there, it could be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, we have a moment in the crime where, if we're lucky, it will have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
The killer found it. No!
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we were looking for and escaped with it. Not the killer.
Not the killer.
Not the killer. The killer would not have gotten the tape. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage and the footage that spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape.
If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful.
Can't read all the labels, but this is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like On Guard taped all of his own shows. It's On Guard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help?
Mr. Nick, where's the power switch?
Oh, I get it. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch.
I know it's computer and all, but I do not see the tower for it. Or whatever. There's a little door for Shu in this big door.
I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out. I'm out of there. I'm sure of it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time too, I'm sure. All right, wine cellar.
Well, yes. First, I forgot Did I do it? Okay. I just wanted to check out the thingy.
We've searched all over. It looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out from our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya.
I clearly see it on the ground, but...
Go for it right away.
Wow! I've never seen so many bottles in one place before.
Well, I guess when you're a star, you have so much money you can buy anything you want.
Oh, what? I'm pretty sure I clicked on the stairs.
This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts.
Oh, shite.
With love, Celeste.
Miss Impacts? You mean...
Yes, Mr. Corda's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Unguard's mansion?
And why does it say with love? This might be a clue.
Ah!
What's wrong? Pearls.
Please, let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back! There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you'd come. Now listen up. You better get Unguard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Hurley, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for that helpless luck. That's all for now. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. No! Mystic Maya! Sob.
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched this house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm gonna get. But I'm still short on one last thing. And what's that? Miss Andrew's Cyclock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I can stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Keep going.
Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock.
Okay, say that straight out loud. Psych lock?
I want to know, and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. That's you.
Yeah, I know. You were just reading.
Yeah.
Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Just go straight to this. What do you think of this, Magatama?
Is this a psyche lock?
Why frame him?
Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. On Guard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you had a personal
Okay.
reason. Yeah, okay, we did go over this. Probably in this episode, I've lost track. Celeste impacts.
Celeste.
And now we have evidence. What does that have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. On Guard, It would mean that he must have some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relationship between Matt and Celeste and Matt?
Now we can.
With love, Celeste.
This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than she passed away, though. Than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impacts' handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found it at Matt Unguard's mansion.
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. I think this secret of yours is important to getting Matt guilty.
Why frame him?
Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yeah, I heard that didn't work out.
Because Mr. Corda didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes. Because of Matt. Well, because of Mr. Ungard. What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. Oh. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together.
So that's why With Love, Celeste is written on the frame of this photo.
They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studio. That is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan was such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste.
I see, so that's what happened.
But why did Mr. Corda have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impacts! That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm always certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and that she would never again be hurt by Matt. She chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge.
Revenge. There's that word again.
Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
And that was the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew too close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, It was only natural that I thought the murderer was mad. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. That's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. And when I stabbed Han's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man?
I'm a lawyer.
I see. What a foul profession.
Thank you very much for your time and talking with me.
It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway.
I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. To be continued, guys. Long episode, but
horrible people.
Yes, horrible, horrible people. And so in the next episode, we will start our last day in court, part 1. See you guys then.
Bye.